Internet friends, how's it going today? Today is a very special day with stuff. Hold on, I don't have as many buttons to click as usual, but I'm going to click a few buttons. So if you'll bear with me for just a moment, just one moment. All right. Let's. Okay, I clicked one button, and I'm going to click one more button, and then we'll get started. By getting started this morning, incidentally, what I mean is, hey, I'm gonna mispronounce your name. She Mouse Shot. How's it going? Welcome. um, I believe you're the first person to arrive. I will switch over to screen cam in just a moment. I'm just getting a few things organized on my desktop. And so I guess I'll mention the first order of business is essentially to do what? It is to pick a theme for today's jam. We're gonna make a game. We're gonna start making a game today, and then we're gonna finish making it in the near future. And an important part of that process is, in fact, to decide what type of game we're gonna make. So that yeah, I tend to do this as like a two-step process. There's the part where we decide what there's the part where we decide like a general theme for the jam. So like the general theme is like kind of like what the it doesn't actually have anything to do with the project that we're gonna make. It's more of like a guiding idea about like something to inspire the project. So down the line, when we are working on the project, we'll have something to inform our decision. So it's not just like completely like blue sky. I mean, we'll have a lot of freedom, but because I mean, frankly, we're the ones coming up with these rules, so we could bend or break them if we want to. But no, we're gonna do it for reals. Um, let's do what? Oh, I can probably switch into face cam now. Or screen cam. I'm in face cam. So let's do that. Oh wait, my desktop is kind of a mess right now. I'm just gonna tidy that up, and then it's still a mess, but whatever. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So, oh yeah, I keep forgetting I have the chroma key color. I have the chroma key activated. So there's like this weird duplication of imagery down at the bottom of the screen, but it's not as bad as it could be. In the meantime, I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, no, what I should start doing is, I mean, we're gonna start coming up with ideas for a theme. So I'm going to start annotating those. So where is it? It's straw poll. Is convenient for that sort of thing. So we'll have, yeah, like I was saying, we'll have a poll for the theme of the jam. So signal jam 5 theme, and so we'll start collecting ideas here, and then likewise, I tend to so like I was saying, the theme is like one aspect of the game creation, or one aspect of the jam, not actually technically an aspect of like the game creation process, because I guess you can have a theme like completely devoid of any sort of like projects, subsequent project. Straw poll taught me. So the other thing, I guess, is Signal Jam, Signal Jam 5. I tend to frame this other poll as like what is it, like systems, mechanics, and features, I guess. So this is like, for example, so like yeah, just so as not to be speaking completely abstractly here, an example of a theme might be like like I don't know, like exploring a forest. Sorry, I just like said the first thing that I like that. No, but like no, like so the theme might be like, I don't know. there's a lot of overlap between the two. So I'm not gonna come up with like a probably like a silver bullet type of example. But like I guess like so like if so like when we're collecting ideas for like what can this project be? What should this project be about? Like if someone threw out the idea like first person shooter, like that would actually go in this column. I would divvy that up like first person shooter, because they're not there's nothing like, I mean, you could have first person shooter as a theme to a game jam if you felt like it. I tend to think of it more as like informing like the genre or like the game system. So I would divvy that up as such. But those are not actual suggestions. And then oh, sorry, I was I was just getting distracted by side quest. So yeah, so whenever I guess when it'll probably take a little while for people to show up. So and like the yeah, so I've been saying like the jam doesn't actually really start in earnest until like 11. So we still have like about 40 minutes or so to figure stuff out. I wanted to go live a little bit early, a little bit out ahead of the start of the jam, uh, just because, to give time people to give people time to arrive, to show up, and do whatever. But the discussion hasn't gotten super lively yet, so we're all set up, and at this point, it's basically just about like doing whatever. So let's. I'm just gonna look real quick, just as a trip down memory lane. Let's look at the past uh, Signal Jam projects. The very first Signal Jam, before Signal Jam was even Signal Jam, it was just a thing that we decided to do one afternoon, and we decided to make a game based on the theme food I never ordered, and we decided it would be a clicking game, or a game that involves clicking. Like in the whatever the genre cookie clicker it would be. So we made a very simple entry into that genre. We made a game where you can make pepperoni pizzas, and you can throw pepperoni pizzas at people. Um, yes. So from humble beginnings, the next one was kind of a jump up for Rogue City. Oops, RCTY, not RTCY. Oops, 404. I need a better 404 page. Yeah, for the second Signal Jam, we made a much bigger project. We put a lot more time into it. We didn't just spend like one afternoon on the project. We actually spent like a little bit more time. And this is the first game that we added the credits in. So as you can see, featured on the top of the screen, we have our devs listed out. Yeah, so the point of this game was to collect collect mugs to build windmills. That was the that was the fun of the game. Asado, hey, how's it going? So yeah, this I think was the yeah, this game, unlike a lot of my games, this game actually featured a win condition. It had like, yeah, look, we built a windmill. We did it. We did it. We're winning. We collected mugs and we built windmills. We can collect a person. Yeah, you can collect people. By collect people, what I mean to say is you can rescue people, and that's cool. Sorry, I like this game. I haven't played it in a while. So was yeah, gosh, this was a while ago. This was back in like, when was it? Oh no, I know when this was. This was at the end of October. It must have been because I got sick over Halloween and had to delay the project. I think that was the week of Halloween. Right? Yeah, no, it must have been. Must have been. Huh. Had I not started on SideQuest at that point? I thought... Did I start SideQuest in November? Maybe I started SideQuest in November. Because... I've been saying I started in October, but now that I think about it... No, because I remember I got sick right around Halloween, and I lost a lot of time. And I lost a lot of time. I felt bad about that because I was supposed to have been working on Rogue City, but that's not directly relevant to what's going on here. Uh, Sorry, we're doing fairly well at this game. I just uh, look, we have a windmill, we have a house, we have another house. We are probably not far from actually beating that game because it's not a terribly long game. But let's look at the next one. The next one for Signal Jam 3, and I think at this point it actually was Signal Jam. It at that by that point had the name Signal Jam. Uh, Oh yeah, yeah. So just as a quick reminder for the people who have just got here, we're coming up with theme ideas for Signal Jam. So if you have ideas for a theme, shout it out in chat, and we're gonna start voting on the theme pretty soon. So uh, I yeah. So you have some time to brainstorm to come up with stuff, but I'm gonna start annotating them. So whenever genius strikes you, I'll I'll start jotting it down. Um, oh yeah, all right. So this was Test. This game has a special place in my heart because this was a very weird game. This is a very weird game. It's weird in a very special way to me. It's very confusing. Probably the most confusing Signal Jam game that we've ever made. Very, very like the rules are a bit unclear, and it's even though I know how to play this game, it's disorienting to me. So if we'd spent more time this game, I think we had a hard deadline for this game. I think we didn't sometimes with Signal Jam games we take extra time. We just have a open it Rogue City we did over the course of more than a week, I think. But I think this one was was it this one? Oh, we did this one in a marathon. We did an overnight marathon one weekend, and that was I was I knew there was something interesting about the time frame. So yeah, so part of the insanity of this game might be sleep deprivation. It might be a few things, but I also one thing that I really liked about this Signal Jam and something that I want to capture for the one that we do today is that for this game we stayed the process stayed very how to describe it very very much it was an ongoing process. It was very much an ongoing process. We knew very little about the final project by the middle of the project, and we just kept on adapting it according to the feedback that we were coming up with, having played through it, and having as an ongoing task, really debated what are the theme, anime is a theme. uh, Planet of the Apes. I think there's probably a trademark associated with Planet of the Apes, so we'll have the theme be Earth or wait, spoilers. Oops. Spoilers. I was gonna say Animal Planet, but that's not any better. So wait, what would it be? I'll call it Monkey World. No, Monkey, Monkey World. The Monkey World, the planet. How's that? Gangster Simulator. So I can put gangsters or gangsta gangsta gangstas as a theme. I'm gonna put simulator as a mechanic though, or a system mechanic simulator. Because that implies I guess actually so one guiding thing about the theme is that the theme will not inform anything about what type of game we can make. If I mean technically you can make a first person shooter or you can make a real time strategy game about gangster simulators, but simulator is a kind of a loaded term, and so I'm going to put it in the mechanic voting process. So the way it's going to go is we'll vote first for the theme, and then we'll finish fleshing out the list of systems, mechanics, and features, and then we'll vote on that as well. And this is part of like an ongoing process. Thug life. Okay, that'll be the thug life. That'll be what we call that. Don't get caught smoking in the boys' room. Sure. Don't get caught smoking in the boys' room. Sure, why not? You, Defensrud, we're collabing with you. Oh yeah, all right, that's how I got it. Who are we doing this collab with? This is an open collab. Oh, maybe I should put that in the description because that's important, right? It's not just a collaboration; it's an open collaboration. Uh, open collaboration, game jam. Uh, yes. Okay. So it's probably not going to refresh for everyone, but for the people, I think I updated it. So, all right, yeah. So yeah, for people who just tuned in, we're collecting themes. So come up with a theme, and then in the very near future, we're going to vote on those themes, and then we're going to start on that game based on those themes. So, Jocko, hey, hi. All right, and I was just looking real quick at the past games that we made for Stream Jam. All right, so that was the third Stream Jam. The fourth Stream Jam, the most recent Stream Jam, not including the one that's happening as we speak right now. Jocko, we're making a game. It's Jam Day. Making a game together. Were you here for what was it? It was T-Door. Were you here for T-Door? This was the previous Stream Jam. This one was back in December, so we haven't had one in a while. So yeah, a lot of people probably have no clue what this is because a lot of people probably found the channel sometime between then and now. This was about skeleton eyeball math, kind of. Skeleton can't see, and so we decided this game would be about collecting things and giving things to people. So I gave a stick to a clown and I got a golden mustache. I give a golden mustache to a yellow person and I get a ruby. I give a stick to a deer and I get a magic wand. I give the magic wand to the clown, but I get a stick back. So that didn't go very far. I give a stick to a ruby monster and I get a sword. I give a sword to a baby and I get a stick. Don't give swords to babies. That was a bad idea. I'm a bad role model. Don't learn from my example. All right, I got another magic wand. I can give the stick to the guy with the golden mustache and I can get a golden ring. I can give the magic wand to the clown, but he didn't seem to like that. Yeah, this was all these sticks, fiddlesticks. So this was for the Signal Jam 4, Nintendo Master Race. All right. No, the person is literally yellow. That was not me being racist. I swear. I apologize if that did not sound right. A person clad in yellow. Who also happens to have blonde hair. A person who... Actually, that was actually... This was not my art. That was my... Oh, no, you know what this character is? I remember. The artist of this character informed us that this is a Viking. So, sorry. I should call it by its correct name. I give a stick to a Viking, and I get a golden ring. Sorry about that. All right. That's much clearer, I guess. I can give a ruby to an eyeball monster, and I can get spoilers. No, I'm gonna play through the whole thing, but yeah. So right. Oh yeah, So right. So another theme idea: Nintendo Master Race. Is that Chrome? Don't mind Chrome just crashing a little bit. So Nintendo, oops, I don't need quotes. Nintendo Master Race. This game will not be released for any Nintendo platforms. Just FYI. At least not. I don't have any plans to release it for any Nintendo platforms. If that happens, then I will be as surprised as everyone else to see it happen. So, spoiler alert. As a theme. All right, yeah, we still have plenty of time before we actually have to vote on these. So feel free to keep submitting theme ideas. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Yeah. No, you. I'm talking to you. That theme idea you had, type it in chat, and we'll add it to this list, and then we can vote on it. I hope it's clear that like literally, hey Zero, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, are you Zero? Are you saying you don't like cake when like for example an equation does not equal four or or two plus two as it were? No, that's awesome. Sounds like your Lewis study is going. Twitch emoticons the theme. So a funny thing about using Twitch emoticons as a theme is yeah, no, actually you nailed it. You nailed it right on the head. Apparently I was gonna call it Kappa. No, apparently Twitch is highly litigious about Kappa, which is interesting. I'm just gonna steer fully clear of it. I don't know why. Well, I guess like they are just very protective of Kappa. Like Kappa is very important to them, and I don't know when that. So litigious means like ready to involve lawyers, basically. I don't know what that's all about. I'm just gonna stay very clear of that. So I can add emoticons, but it's just going to be emoticons. It's not going to be any particular brand or any anything at all. Theme Pizza Master, the Pizza Master, in fact. So emoticons is fine. The Pizza Master. This could be the second. This could be the second of the pizza themed Signal Jam games. It would be a return to form as the very first one was also of that manner. Um, so let's yeah. So fun fact, I was just reminded. If you participate in Signal Jam, you may have noticed that. Oh, actually, we didn't really see it in Tidor very much. But if you participate in like all of the Signal Jam games since the second one, we didn't do it for the first one because the first one was we were still figuring things out back then. But yeah, like in any of the subsequent Signal Jam games, you can get your name in the credits. So if you want your name in the credits, I highly encourage you. Yeah, so for example, Jorisk is in the credits as not a bird. Um, and the credits are a little spread out because I don't know, for some reason I think it's cute to integrate the credits into the game. Because like I think I've never of like my own volition like went and sought out credits. Like I've never been like, hey, there's probably credits buried in some menu system. Oh, so for one thing, I don't put menu systems in the games. But yeah, I don't know. I prefer it like when like I don't mind if like developers like tell me who they are. I prefer it when they tell me who they are like in a very in a way that doesn't like that's not boring, I guess. So yeah. A game idea about making viruses something like Spore. Um, so, would that be more like a? Would that be more of like a system mechanic or feature of the game? Like, are you? So, like, we could put viruses as a theme, um, if you'd like. But if you wanted that actually more to just be like a part of the game, then we could actually put that in like the. We have two polls going. This first one is for the theme of the game. This is what we'll vote on first, and then the other thing that we have is like what we want the game to be about, or like what we want in the game, kind of. Yeah, so like theme is more like what we want the game to be about, and then like this is more about like the game itself. So if you wanted like if you wanted like viral, uh, like I don't know how to describe that exactly, but if you wanted it in this other chart or in this other list, I could put it there instead. Let me know. Let me know what you think. So like making viruses, what would that feature be? Making viruses. So like I guess it'd be like I don't know, it'd be like generations. It'd be like about like right, because like in order to like make a virus, it would like be evolving over time. So like maybe like I don't know, like evolutionary generations or something like that. Maybe that would be like a feature or a mechanic that we would have in the game or something like that. Uh, um, No, there's not going to be multiple theme. There's not going to be. The only reason we'll have multiple polls for the theme is if we can't fit them all in the same one. But there's no reason to have multiple polls because there's only going to be one theme. So for the other list, for the systems mechanics and features list, that we'll have multiple of those. Yeah. Oh, so that's kind of important. When we take this vote, one of them will win. So like for example, don't get caught smoking in the boys' room. That like if this one has the most votes at the end of the voting window, which we'll leave it open for a little while just so that people can get their votes in and they can rally support if they need to. Uh, but oh yeah. So I should also start emphasizing now. You can vote for multiple things. You can vote for multiple options, but you can only vote once. So make sure you check all of the options that you want the first time you vote because you can't go back and change those. But you can pick like if you like 5 of these, you can pick 5 of these. And so we only need one vote for that because there's only going to be one. We're literally just stacking them all against each other, and one will come out on top. Yeah. So if you want to support multiple items, vote for multiple items. Like that's how you get that through. So. Let's see. Hey, that's the follow noise. Wizardly Waffle. Your name is fun to say. Thank you for following and welcome to the channel. Uh, Fog of War as a mechanic, we can do that. Fog of War. I try not to come up with too many mechanics up front, because a lot of what will inspire our mechanics will be the theme. So yeah, we do try and actually I'll yell. I'll just put that in the background because I would prefer that we come up with the theme first, and then I'm just keeping track of that list in case something doesn't quite fit for a theme. We can stick it there. So have I missed any? If I did miss your theme idea, feel free to say it again. I'm gonna look through chat now. Oh, Trusty Bard is a theme. Sure, why not? Trusty Bard. I think that character is copyrighted, but I know the rights holders. So let's do what then? Yeah. So keep the ideas coming. I'll keep annotating them, and we're getting pretty close. We still have a little more time, so keep thinking of ideas. There's no pressure or there's no rush yet, but we also have a good list. So like honestly, we could open the vote right now. I think any of these would make a fine theme for our game. So let's make an MMORPG in a week. I don't know that. All right, hold on. I'm gonna jot that down for a different reason. There's a tradition that we have with the signal jams is that one of the themes is always. I guess I could pick this at the end. Maybe I should wait till the end. Yeah, one of the. No, I'll jot it down now because it can hurt. Let's make an MMORPG in a week. Oops, I forgot the asterisks. Asterisks. Let's make an MMORPG in a week. One of the themes to vote on is always not an intended theme idea. It's a hot dog stand. Sorry, I just caught that one because it's in all caps. I will continue to look for the other ones too. One of the themes we vote on is just a random thing that was said in chat that was not intended to be a theme. So that might be. I think that one stands a fair chance of winning. All right. Sandbox MMORPG. Oh, those. Okay, so those were okay. That's what. So that was, I guess, the comment that inspired it. So, those ideas. I think those will be really easy to remember. So Sandbox MMORPG. I'm not going to add them to the list now because it'll be easy to remember and add them to the list later. And like I said, we're not trying to come up with mechanics yet. We're trying to come up with themes. So actually, open world, I'll mention, was one of the guiding principles for this game. and so like as you can see, like you can just kind of like wander around. Like no one got especially creative with level design, so we ended up with a fairly small world. I just threw one in. Like I kept asking, like, "Hey, is anyone gonna make that world map? Is anyone gonna make that world map?" And no one made a world map. So although this game could support a much bigger world, this game could be like huge. This game could be bigger than Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto combined, hypothetically. No one made a world map for it. So this was technically an open world game though. About giving skeletons eyeballs. Oh, skeleton doesn't like sticks. Okay. Well, all right. Let me keep. Sorry, I'm a little far behind in chat. The yeah, no. Yeah, Asato. Of course, your idea was. Of course, your suggestion was sarcasm, but that is what I like about it. I want this. I don't want this. So like, yeah. So to be clear, if this wins, if we submit this as one of the theme ideas and this wins, we're not making an RPG. We're not making an MMORPG. What we're making is a game about making an MMORPG in a week. So I think if anything, it would probably be like, you know, something like, I mean, it can be whatever we decide, but like the direction I would go with that is like to make something kind of like game dev story, like kind of like a simulator, or maybe not even a simulator, but like maybe like a story driven game about devs who think they can make an MMO in a week, and of course they all die by the end because that's not gonna happen. No, but yeah, so yeah, right. We're not. I mean, we can make an MMO if we want. Side Quest is technically an MMO, kind of. So like we could do that if we wanted to, but it doesn't seem likely. I don't know. I won't. One thing you might see me do from time to time is like voice an opinion and then immediately pull it back. I'm really used to, like, usually on my stream I'm like making a game, but because we're making a game together now, I'm going to be doing as much as I can to not exert my opinion on the game and not exert influence over the course of the game, but instead to be responding to what everyone else says. Yeah. Oh, theme spandex. Okay, wait, hold on. I think I'm probably still missing a few, but okay, it is. We're getting pretty close to. Well, we still have a little more time. But all right, I'll. Yeah, what should we do for the next? We have about 15 minutes. I'm gonna call the 15-minute mark. Get ready to get your themes in order, and we'll in theory is a theme. It was in quotes, so I'm gonna assume that that was a theme idea. If I'm mistaken, then well, in theory, maybe we're literally just quoting someone, but whatever. I'm using it. Got my Steam on family share with my bro. I can click 2 again. Sweet. Oh yeah, so this straw poll for people who arrived here recently. This is the Signal Jam theme. We are coming up with theme ideas, and and soon we will be voting on those ideas. So, get you some ideas, I suppose. And yeah, I think that was all the theme ideas. Oh, that your fan wants it was sarcasm to be a theme. It was sarcasm. So, that your fan? Are you really only using a keyboard? I. It's amazing how much interaction on a computer involves both keyboards and mice. Because like occasionally, like I'll have my keyboard like on my desk, like on my other desk, and so I'll be like going as far as I can with the mouse, and a pizza master in spandex selling hot dogs to Trusty Bard while creating viruses. Oh no, Trusty Bard, don't eat that hot dog. We can make that game. Just because we don't, just because we're picking one theme doesn't mean we can't like. It doesn't mean we have to avoid the rest of the thing. So like, yeah, if we want to, actually that was a. So you'll notice some of the. I keep using Tidor as an example just because it was the most recent jam that we did. But one of the ideas for the game was baby wizards, And this is a baby wizard. It didn't win. The theme for Tidor was what? The theme for Tidor was the theme for Tidor was I didn't expect that, but okay. And so the game is about like giving sticks to random people and getting weird things, and then giving eyeballs to a skeleton someday. Um, which I don't know. We tried to make it. We tried to make some of the outcomes as like curious as possible. But yeah, my point was that Baby Wizards was one of the suggestions, and although it wasn't the theme, the game does feature Baby Wizards. So yeah. So hey Zimmy, how's it going? um, I I'm like paranoid that I missed a theme idea. If I missed a theme idea, it's oh I did. I totally did. Right? Money and finances. Oh, system. Oh, okay. Uh, all right, I will put that on the list because that is not run of the mill. That is interesting. So, not to imply that other ideas are run of the mill, but that's not a genre per se. Money or finance, finance, finances. I'll call it finances instead of finances. Financial, finances and money as a mechanic for the game. That's legit. But yeah, I'm paranoid that I'm going to be missing suggestions. So I apologize if I overlook one of yours. Please get loud if it looks like we're getting close to voting and I haven't come up with and I haven't added yours to the list. Please get loud. It'll help. The other thing you can do if you use pound signs in chat, it will also show up on my screen in a special panel. You can use those to increase visibility of a key phrase. Just to be clear, what I just said in chat is like not a very good example, but yeah, it is technically true. Um, it's kind of like what Trusty Bard does, like the action. I don't. It was modeled after that. It's actually part of that project. But all right. So how are we doing on time? We still have a little more time. So between now and the start of the jam, I think I might brush up. Oh, actually, I might. I mean, we can figure this out later. But so far, pretty much every Signal Jam has been made in Unity. I just kind of like assumed that we were probably going to do that again. But if people have a different preference for like what tools we would use to make this project, I guess we do have some options. So did I close Unity? Did it crash or something? I thought I opened it earlier, but oh, there it is. No, I guess it crashed. Maybe I accidentally closed it or something. So yeah, I was thinking Unity, but like if you guys have different preferences, like we could use other tools. So another thing to think about. Let me know. I mean, this will inform some things like if we're working in Unity, I'll probably be writing in C sharp. So that way, if anyone plans on theme chicken #chicken. Oh, I'll assume you just meant regular chicken, and we're using the hashtag to improve visibility. Hold on. Chicken. Are you guys hungry? We have a lot of food-based themes, so I was just wondering, like, do you guys need a snack before we start? um, I don't know what that word means, so I'm gonna Google it, but I'm gonna Google it on my other computer, just in case it means something weird. TEWPEW. What? I have no clue what that means. No results found for it on the internet. I don't know what that means. Could I get an explanation on that one, Asado? I don't understand what that theme idea is, so I don't know exactly what to do with it. Uh, but let me know. Let me know, and we can consider it. Um, so, uh, do, do, do. Um, hmm. let's I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling over chat. So, um, and oh, okay. I'm literally just I'm sorry. I am literally just ignoring mechanic and system ideas right now. Like I was gonna put them on the list. Like the only reason I started that list is in case someone tried to submit a theme, but did but they instead accidentally submit a mechanic. For people who are intentionally coming up with mechanics right now, you're just on the wrong phase. You're getting ahead of us. So, like you're cool. Like keep doing you, I guess. But I'm just not gonna keep. Yeah, we'll do that later. um, yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. I would totally try and create a game in Lua, except that I would fail. I would fail so bad because I've never used Lua before. Someday, though. Someday we should work on a project together. Someday we should collaborate on a project that we can that we could like actually like co-write. That'd be cool. Uh, um, so all right, I think we're actually doing pretty well. So we're gonna open the polls in the near future. Duping as a theme, and so yeah, when we open the polls, just okay. So just to recap real quick, when we open the polls, you can vote for as many of these themes as you want, but you can only vote once. So as soon as you cast your vote, that's it. You're locked in. So make sure you pick all the ideas that you like the first time, because if you change your mind, you can't go back. I'm sorry. This is some hardcore theme voting. So uh, once you choose, there's no changing it. The other thing is, I mean, the way straw polls work is that like they just kind of like stay open. Like you don't like stop a straw poll, or if there is, I don't know where that button is. Maybe you can do that. um, the reason I mention that is that at a certain point, in order to start on the jam, we need to just say, okay, this is it. So at a certain point, and we're only going to keep the polls open for a relatively short amount of time. I'm saying this because if you want to vote, you have to vote relatively soon after the polls open. So don't wait too long. Like you have time to think about your decision. You don't have to rush it. You have a little bit of time. You can start thinking about it now if you want to. But once the polls open, they'll stay open for a brief window, and then we'll get to the oh. I'm sorry. All right, sure, that's fine. Tupadoop. Yes, I didn't even recognize it because it wasn't coming out of my own face. But yeah, Tupadoop is you'll hear me say that a lot. Tupadoop. That is all right. That is entirely valid. I had no clue what that meant. I guess I've just never seen it in writing before. But yeah, all right. That is a completely valid theme idea. Thank you, Asado. Um, doop. um, Jocko learned how to hack computers. That's not helpful, Jocko. Hacking is not a good thing to do with your life. I I strongly recommend you to seek other avenues of just look for other things you can do with your life. I think is my advice, I guess. Theme game development as a theme. Sure, it's very meta. I think straw polls can go up to like 30 options or so. It might be 20. They might cop out at 20, but I think they can go up to 30. So we do still have more room for theme ideas. This is like the several minute warning. So we're gonna open the polls in just a few minutes. This is basically last call for theme ideas. So I'm actually saying it now because there's a slight stream delay, so you're not going to hear it for a moment. And you're actually not even going to hear me say like the cutoff because the polls will go live uh, in chat before you actually see me on stream because of stream delay. So if you're waiting for the last minute to drop an amazing bomb of a gem of a theme idea, I might miss it and it might not make it in unless you submit it as soon as possible. So get your theme ideas in. um, and so, so let's Zero created something that asks for user input and then adds that number to a table, and then if that table plus input equals 6, then it says that I hate script. That's we all have those days. We all have those days where table plus input equals 6, right? um, but the thing about that is that for your average input, table plus input doesn't equal 6. So yeah. So it's there are more table plus input doesn't equal 6 than there are table equals 6 days, right? That's how I think about it. um, so all right, yeah, this is basically the deadline, basically. Like if you submit a theme idea after this point, it's probably not going to make it into the list. I'm sorry. But the good news is we have wonderful ideas here. We have a huge list of wonderful ideas. So just to prep for when for when it goes live, I'll just run down the list real quick. Our theme ideas for Signal Jam 5 so far are anime, Monkey World the sorry, Monkey World the Planet, which is legally distinct from any IP or copyrighted works. I swear. Okay. Idea number 3, Thug Life, which I think is kind of like the advanced version of another theme idea, number 4. Don't get caught smoking in the boys' room. I think these are in the wrong order. I think this one typically comes first. But I'm gonna change this to console master race because I tend not to go with particularly like I try not to use other people's trademarks. You don't need to use other people's trademarks, and like I mean it's fine if you want to, just like check if you're gonna use someone else's trademark, like look check it out and like ask them and get their permission to use it. I'm in the scope of this jam, I don't think we want to spend the entire jam like writing letters to Nintendo in order to get their approval in order to use their trademark. I think we'd rather spend the jam making a game. So it's like there's no problem with like incorporating other people's works into yours as long as you get their permission and do it on their terms. So we're not going to do that now, though. Not because there's anything wrong with it, just because for the scope of this project, like it's not going to be fun. So yes. Oh, I'm all right. I'm gonna blitz through the rest of this list because then it's time to open the polls. So Console Master Race, spoiler alert, emoticons, the Pizza Master, viruses, Trusty Bard, Hot Dog Stand in all caps, Spandex, in theory, it was sarcasm, chicken, duping, doop-a-doop, game development, and I guess for the final one, I will use this. I didn't. Nothing struck me more than this one. So let's make a bleep MMORPG in a week is going to be the final theme idea. And then let's get to voting. So this is it. Blammo crit poll. Created. Super created. Blammo. Blammo blammo. Blammo, blammo, blammo. I'm posting it 3 times in chat because it's not enough to just have the thing popping up at the top of the thing. We have to I have to put in chat multiple times for some reason. All right, so how long would so Nostrobot asks how long will this jam last? I'm pretty sure we're probably not going to finish before Friday. We'll probably use all day today, tomorrow, and Friday for this jam. we might not finish by Friday. So there's a slim chance that we'll go into next week. I mean, there's a slim chance that we'll do it on the weekend. But yeah. So if you're psyched to be here and participating, then be here and participating today, tomorrow, and Friday, and then I'll keep people apprised. If you so I'll send updates on Twitter if you want to stick with it, see it through to the end. I'll keep you updated. My Twitter handle is @binry_TV, and that's where the most of it goes. Wow, so Monkey World, the planet, Thug Life, Don't Get Caught Smoking in the Boys Room, Viruses, Doop-a-doop, game development, Let's Make an MMORPG in a Week are all neck and neck at this point. Oh, Don't Get Caught Smoking in the Boys Room has jumped out to a bold lead, but not an insurmountable lead. It's only ahead by one vote. So we're gonna leave these polls open for a little while. We'll check back on that in a little bit, and let's. So what will we do in the meantime? I guess we should start looking at tools. So yeah, I'm gonna put that down. Actually, no, I guess I can leave that on screen. No harm. Yeah, this is gonna be a close race. So I guess I might as well. Well, I was gonna say I could share the link in like a broader context, but I think it's actually the people here now. Like these are the people who are here for the jam. Like these are the people that we want voting on it. So, like feel free to invite people to come participate in the jam. But yeah, I'm not gonna post a link to the straw poll or anything, because we're the authorities on this topic, right? We're the ones making these decisions. So, let's start thinking about tools. I mean, I guess like it might change because depending on what the result of the vote is, which yeah, still very neck and neck. Actually, I'm just gonna minimize that for now. So to cover tools quickly, we could use Unity. We tend to use Unity because it's actually really great for like fast prototyping and like getting things up and running really fast. But we do have other options. Like I've been working in Python lately to make SideQuest. So that's like now like within my skill set. So if we wanted to do that, we could. I don't know exactly what the advantages of. Hey, that's the new follower notice. Swift Calcium, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. I guess like hypothetically, yeah, we could use Python if we wanted to. One of my goals is to learn. Is that why everyone's so hungry? Because I keep saying jam. I'll say biscuits instead. That'll be my euphemism. So that way you don't get as hungry. No. Biscuits. Yeah. So Unity. I'll probably Unity and C# like that's kind of my jam. It's probably the one in which I could make the most progress in the shortest amount of time. So, that is the new follower noise. Mishfire, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. The past tense of vote is voted, or voted, if you'd say it like not as much like a strange person. So yeah, I guess the reason I'm talking about tools is that if anyone has a really strong opinion, and if it's really important to someone that like we use a different tool set, please feel free to voice that. And just because we're not even talking about a tool set that you think might be really good, like so once we have the theme and once we know like kind of if you have like an idea for like where the game should go, and it's something that people aren't talking about yet, feel free to voice that. Feel free to let us know, because like. I mean, this is a collaborative project, so even if I'm not as perfectly skilled with something, like, I don't know, I guess I don't have to act as coder. Pirated username. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. How can you contribute to the jam? Well, tell you what, Nostrobot, you're contributing right now as you very much speak, or as we speak. You can also contribute in essentially any way that you want. My job for this jam is not as a creative influence. My job for this jam is, I mean, no, we'll do that because from time to time we just need to like fill in some gaps, and I will, so I will serve in that capacity. But my actual game, or my actual role for this game is to integrate and to put together and assemble everything that people submit. So the way you submit to this jam, or the way you contribute to this jam, is just like send over whatever you feel like. Like once we know like what type of game we're gonna make, like we can start figuring out all these new followers. What a lovely day. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, Ao Taco, but welcome to the channel and thank you for following. Um, the what was it? Yeah, so once we know what type of game we want to make, just like start sending stuff over. Hey, wow, look at all these people who leveled up. Congratulations. Um, and let's yeah. So like you guys, if you want to make stuff for this game, you make stuff. One thing I will say is like the longer we work on the project, the harder it becomes to integrate new things. So if you have like a really oddball idea, that's totally cool, and send it over. As we move, so yeah, especially for the first day, like today, like literally go wild, like blue sky it, right? Like make anything that's important to you to get into this game. Also, so just a heads up, we're gonna I'll put the link in chat again because we're gonna wrap up voting in like really soon. So where's the link to the poll? So yeah, so this is like this is basically like your last chance to vote. It's the same poll. I'm just linking it again because we only have a few minutes before we're gonna call it, and then we will have our answer as to what is the theme of Signal Jam doodly blah blah whatever. Signal Jam 5. And then so we'll spend a little time so the next thing that we'll do once we have our theme, like I mean that's game on at that point. The next thing I want to do is this other list that we're working on. So once we know the, I'm not going to dwell on it a lot right now, but let's make it. That one jumped out to a sudden lead. To be clear, because that one's winning, I'm going to interrupt myself just to quickly say that's going to be the theme of the jam. The theme of the jam is let's make a blank MMORPG in a week. That's not to say we're going to make an MMORPG in a week. In fact, our game might not be an MMO. It probably, like, entirely possibly or likely won't be an MMO. It probably, or maybe is, I don't know, will be an MMORPG, or I don't know, maybe. Like, that informs nothing about what type of game we can make. We can make we can make interactive fiction about let's make an MMORPG in a week. We could make VR, not really. I'm not really equipped to make a VR game, but like, I mean, so I just want to emphasize that, we still have not decided what type of game we're going to make. So that's actually the next step. And, yeah, so once so in like the very near future, that the theme will be decided and we'll be getting started. So the other options are not that far behind. So like Thug Life, game development, like I mean these ones are kind of related. So right, like game development and let's make an MMORPG in a week. Those yeah. So all right. I always feel bad about about all the ones that get a really high amount of vote, because these are all really good ideas. Like we could have done a jam like on basically any of these ideas, and so I wasn't gonna emphasize it earlier, but because the top 4 votes are all very thematically relevant, the top 3, like I don't know, we might call this like our pet sub theme, right? Like it won't officially be like part of the jam per se, but like we can keep it in mind, right? Clearly there was like a high demand for these things, so I don't know. We can probably find a way to work that in. And yeah, of course, like there's just because any of these options don't win, uh, doesn't mean that we can't incorporate some of those ideas into the project. It just wouldn't, officially be the theme. All right, so I'm gonna minimize the results and post the link one more time. It's still gonna be the same link. I just want to get dramatic about it because if I post the link again, it could possibly it tends to change the results because new people will see the link and will vote who haven't voted. So we'll do the dramatic reveal. Yeah, so get your votes in now. This is the last time I'm posting the link. This is like the final stages of the theme selection process. So if you like, it's like a vote now or forever hold your peace sort of thing, and then we'll do the dramatic reveal in just a moment. um, so I guess because we have an idea of like what will likely be the winning theme, we can probably start fleshing out the. Whoops! Oh yeah, I was gonna do a dramatic reveal or whatever. We can start fleshing out the systems and mechanics. So yeah, now is probably a fine time to start coming out with those. So hack and slash. Oh yeah, let me think. There were other things that I specifically hadn't really been thinking about earlier that I guess like there's no reason that we can't start thinking about them now. So um, uh, so like I think one of them was like controlling time, the speed of time, or controlling the flow of time. And then all right, so okay, hack and slash was one. Hack and slash dating sim. I'll put dating in. I'm putting dating in instead of putting dating in because we already have sim. So if you want it to be a dating hack and slash, we can make a dating hack and slash. So vote for again. This vote is also gonna be a multi-vote. So you can vote for as many of these as you want. And we're actually, unlike with the theme, we're actually gonna go with multiples of these. So we won't just not just one of these is gonna win. Like so I think we typically do the top 3 or the top 4. So like we might end up like if this was the order of the votes, we would end up making like a fog of war simulator about finances and controlling the flow of time, which I don't know if that's necessarily going to win, but we could do that, right? All right. Um, we're probably not going to go too far. Basically, we're gonna once the second round of voting is done. Oh, there's probably by the time you hear this, the voting will probably be over on the theme, and we'll probably have our theme because I'm looking at my clock. Oh yeah, no, voting's totally done. We have our theme. I will announce that in just a second. First, I'll say Fuzzlefluff. Thank you very much for following, and welcome to the channel. All right, so the dramatic reveal. Our theme for Signal Jam 5 is let's make a bleep MMORPG in a week. We're gonna do it. We're not gonna do it, but we're gonna make a game in this theme. Theme decided. Blemo. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna lock that in. So like this poll can technically still change, but it doesn't actually matter anymore that poll changes because we have our theme. I don't want to put that like on screen somewhere. It kind of helps to just to have it like there for reference so that like when people drop in they can know what the heck is going on. All right, so now we have it. So the theme of our jam is let's make an MMORPG in a week. I feel like I have to like qualify this. I feel like every time I say this theme, I'm gonna be like, but we're not actually doing it. We're not actually. Yeah. So I'll set that up in a second, Killer Q. First, I just want to emphasize. Oh, so mechanic, third person shooter. All right, so we don't have either of those yet. All right, so third person and shooter are mechanics. Remember the theme of we now know the theme of the jam. So, like, good luck. Because like, how do you make a third person shooter about let's make an MMORPG in a week? Like, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying like keep this in mind that this is decided. Like we know that the theme is going to be let's make an MMORPG in a week. We don't know what any of these things are. So like this is if anything this is more like the known quantity. These are all like the pieces. I'm not saying like I'm not ready for a challenge. Like sure, let's take a challenge. If we want a big challenge, let's let's make a challenge. So arcade. All right. Mechanic. Lead speak. Sure. Oops, lead with a 7. Speak with a 5. Lead speak. Teleporting. I have no clue where you guys are going with this, but sure. Yeah, so this game could be an MMORPG about making an MMORPG, but it doesn't have to be. I think statistically, like because MMORPG is not the only genre, there are in fact more than 2 genres. I'd say it's statistically unlikely that we actually make an MMORPG. It's actually probably statistically unlikely that we even make it an RPG at all. In fact, we don't have RPG or MMO on this list, and I might actually, I don't know. I might intentionally avoid adding either of them so that we can't. No, I'm just kidding. I am going to like try not to exert influence. But keep in mind, if we make an MMORPG, we need to make it about making an MMORPG. So it has to be the most meta. Like, I mean, the theme of the jam is let's make an MMORPG. So it has to be an MMORPG about. Yeah. Okay. My head's gonna hurt if I worry about that too much. But all right, did I get all of the ideas so far? Cooking. All right, I'm gonna put cooking in. I know that's not what you meant. uh, but I'm putting it in there. Do. All right, so yeah, keep those ideas coming. I'm gonna put the theme on OBS real quick while you guys are brainstorming. So where's a good place for that? I guess do I have like a text box? No, sometimes I have a text box set up, but I don't seem to have one right now. So let's add a text to say so yeah, just text or whatever, and then so signal jam 5. So I'll just say like welcome to Signal Jam 5. Theme. What is the theme? Let's make a. Let's make an emoji. Note. Yeah, I feel like I really feel like I have to qualify this. So like, note. We are not actually making an MMORPG. We that's just the theme. That's the theme of the jam. All right. That's not awkward at all. That's totally cool. All right, so font size 48. How big? What is this gonna look like if I just do it like this? Oh, there it is. That's probably a little too big and a little too not visible. So I'll check up in chat for the. Oh, that's way too big. All right, so let's edit that. So, is SideQuest frozen? Oh, what the heck? SideQuest does that every now and again, and I still haven't figured out exactly why it's doing that. Sorry about that. You can ignore it if it's if it's doing that. All right, so color. Use outline. That'd be helpful. Yeah, so color of the text. I'm gonna make it the chroma key color because I can be fairly certain that that's not actually gonna show up anywhere. And then, whoa, that's really loud. All right, let's make it smaller too. It's like 30. How's that look? I can't actually even tell how that looks. That might still be like completely illegible. Sorry, I'm just gonna make the screen look weird for a second. Uh, maybe I'll put it in front of myself because I don't tend to put stuff down here anyways. So, uh, wait, it's kind of like covering up my face, but that's fine. I don't know where to put this, but I guess that's fine for now. And actually, yeah. So I'll just sorry. I'll go through chat in just a moment, and we'll put the rest of the mechanics and stuff into our list, and then we'll start voting on that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I can be doing this while we vote, so I'll leave that like that for now. And then yeah, so let's finish this list and open voting, and then we can get to it. So right, so this is basically last call. If you haven't submit your idea yet, it might not make the cut unless you do it like right now. But all right, so this is where. All right, so I'm just looking through chat now. Swimming. Swimming was suggested by Robin481. Thank you, Robin, for that suggestion. Sorry for the slow response, but mechanic Raycast Stealth. Whew. I sure love me some physics. Raycast Stealth. I'm going to put those as two separate things because we can do raycasting without stealth and we can do stealth without raycasting. But if both of those things win, then we will do both of those things. Visual novel. Visual novel. Screen shake. Oh, screwed up physics. Wait, hold on. Did I skip one? Yes. So so like bad physics or screwed up physics. I'll call them like wacky physics. Wacky physics. Screen shake. Because everyone loves screen shake. Almost there. Mechanic. Raiding pirate dens trying to pirate your game. So I'll call that like raiding. And yeah, the rest of that we can do thematically. Hey, Cheeseman Panda, how's it going? Welcome. Sorry, I'm reading over chat right now, and so I'm a little behind. But all right, so I will put strong female. Actually, I guess we didn't say strong female lead, but I'm gonna call it strong female lead. Voice control. Voice control? I've never done voice control. It's probably going to be a total mess, but whatever you guys said. Voice control. Don't vote for that one. I mean, if you want... Whoa, what the heck is wrong with side quests? Why does it keep locking up? That's not cool, side quest. You had one job, side quest. You had one job. Why does that keep happening? Of course it happens now, when I'm not working on side quest. I've been working... Oh, maybe it's because I keep putting it in the background. Maybe... Sorry for the screwed up graphics. It does that after it freezes. Everything goes turbo for a little while. Yeah, maybe it's because I keep having it run in the background. I don't know. That doesn't totally make sense to me. Because like SideQuest itself always does run in the background. Maybe it's something with PyCharm. Maybe I shouldn't be running it through PyCharm. Maybe I should just be like running it. Just regular running it. I might restart it just in case. I don't know. Just to see if that helps at all. All right. So yeah. All right. I think we're good. So this is probably our list of like mechanics and themes and stuff, or like mechanics and systems and stuff. So let's open the polls. All right. Let's lock it in. So again, just to emphasize, you can vote for multiple options, but you can only vote once. So vote for everything you want to see in the game, and once you lock in that vote, then that vote is final. So choose wisely. Yeah, let's so now soon in the very near future we will find out what sort of game it is that we are trying to make. And while that's going on, I'm going to poke at OBS a little bit more just to try and get this I just want this little thing in the bottom of the screen. I want to be consistently legible. Um, yeah, because it'll be easier to just have that there than to constantly have to repeat it when people come in and ask. So, yeah, I'm going to add a image. Okay, and yeah, it's gonna be browse. I think I just have like a. I think I just have like a blank pixel or something somewhere. Oh yeah, pixel. Which is. Oh, is it literally just a pixel? Wait, that might not be perfect. Uh, oh, that's the new follower. Nice. Robin, thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. Did I literally just add one pixel? Because if I just added one pixel, it's probably too small to actually like. Oh wait, no, there it is. Is that resize? No, it doesn't want to resize. Oh, there it goes. Wait, did we have it? I probably should use something that was bigger than a pixel, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. That was a poor plan. Let's get rid of that. I guess it's not. I guess it's a little bit legible as it is, but I'm just gonna bump it up a little bit further. In the meantime, you all teleporting. All right, so wow. So if the poll stopped right here, then we would make a game involving teleporting, controlling the flow of time. I guess controlling the flow of time is going to be pretty important if you're making an MMORPG in a week, right? That'd actually be pretty helpful. Maybe that's how you make an MMORPG in a week, is you control the flow of time. That sounds like a pretty interesting concept so far. So, good job. Keep it up, and we'll find out for sure in just a moment. All right, yeah. So sorry. I'm just going to real quick open. I have these little things that pop up during the stream that you may have noticed, and I don't know. Apparently, I've like defined that as like, whoops, wrong folder. I've kind of defined that as like the neutral tone for the stream. So I'm just going to I'm gonna like open one of these. Like you've seen these, they just pop up intermittently. So I'm just gonna color pick this and then file new. Okay, and then oops, actually no, not paste. Excuse me, select all, backspace. So now we just have a big flat neutral of that color. Whatever, this is fine. So just save this as like pictures, neutral. Okay, and then I'm just going to add this to OBS. If I'd been thinking ahead, I would have done this earlier, but I'm doing it now instead. Sorry. Okay. Browse, neutral. Okay. Wow, that's big. Why is it so big? Oh no, it's not that big. It's just repeated image. All right, so oops. Oh no, frick. That was not intentional. I really hope I don't accidentally like screw up the whole streaming situation I've got going on here. Actually, wait, yeah, so this doesn't have to be nearly as tall. Yeah, so for anyone who just showed up, I'll link the, this is the same poll that I posted before. It's just what we're doing right now is we're voting on mechanics for, mechanics, features, and so on and so forth. So if you have opinions about that sort of thing, get those opinions in soon, and we will get to doing stuff in the very near future. All right, so I should probably change the order of this so that's visible. And I'm not gonna fiddle with that too much, except to change the text back to a white color, because it's I think that's gonna be less offensive. So hopefully that's fine. Oh wait, right now it's gonna be drawing over side quest as well, so I'm just gonna put it underneath side quests. So that way, if side quest does work, like it might not work. Side quest seems to be having an interesting day today, but if it does work, then at least it won't get drawn over. All right, so, oh yeah, and so yeah, once we're done voting too, we can. Oh, I've not been paying attention to chat. We can update this text with our mechanics as well. Okay. So, hey, creative, how's it going? Welcome. and then oh yeah. So yeah, I guess by the time you read this, I'll probably have called the conclusion to the voting process, and we'll have our mechanics. I guess this one does like the limit on this one isn't quite as hard because it looks like we'll have teleporting and controlling the flow of time as the picks, and then we might have screen shake and rating, but we won't worry about that yet. We can kind of come back to that too. Like we'll set up controlling the flow of time and we'll set up teleporting, and then we can come back and we can worry about screen shake because screen shake, it's something you'll want to think about. Screen shake and rating, but yeah, we can figure that out later. Oh, maybe we'll have a strong female lead because that's like this like we don't have to do much in order. Like strong female lead isn't. It's like it doesn't take work to have a strong female lead. Like if we well, I guess like so basically what this means is that we're going to have a lead character. Like if we include that one. So yeah. Anyways, so let's think about controlling the flow of time and teleporting first. What does that mean? All right, I'll add this to. Oh, cool. The text that's on screen. Sorry, I was just watching to see that the name tags would overlap the text, and they didn't. And I was like, cool. So all right, I'll take out this note about not actually making. So so we were making. Oh yeah, so let's describe this. Usually there's at least one genre in the top. So we're making a. Yeah, nothing here informs genre. Hack and slash is the highest like genre pick. But I guess so controlling the flow of time and teleporting. Rating. Yeah, none of this really informs genre. Like we could make like any like the top 5 choices. Like we can literally make any game and just involve these things with it. So do you guys want to vote on a genre or? Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so so game type, I guess. Teleportation and time control. All right. All right. So sure. Of course, obviously this. So thank you, Creative. Yeah, I think this is going pretty well so far. Let's yeah, all right. So I'm not gonna open a new vote or anything, but so like we don't really have a genre for this game. If you have a strong opinion about which genre, please voice it here using tags, e.g. Hack and slash. Actually, no, I shouldn't use a real one. E.g. potatoes. If potatoes was the name of a genre. Yeah. So yeah, please use the voice whatever blah blah blah. So we have third person sandbox as a suggestion. Yeah, that sounds that sounds doable. That sounds super doable. Yeah. In Lua as a genre. Is it going to be a 3D MMORPG? No, it's not going to be an MMORPG at all. It probably will be 3D, unless people tell me not to do. Like I tend to work in 3D, so all right. So in fact, we do have 3D as one of the things listed. So let's see. We should. I'll let people have a little time to start voicing their input in that regard. And no one, so 3D. I just happened to notice like someone said 3D, and I'm inclined to work in 3D. So I'm thinking we use Unity 3D for this, right? I don't know. It makes sense to me. So let's make a new project. Like again, we're not locking into this. I'm just saying like this is probably how we're gonna start. So what should we name this? What should we name this project? That's another important consideration. Is what what I usually use like a 4-letter abbreviation for the just for the dev name. Like we can name it. We can like come up with a proper name later that and like name it something different. But like, so what is it? It's a. Oh, I shouldn't have closed the link to that last poll because I'm probably gonna keep looking at that from time to time. I'll just put it on my other computer. Uh, uh, so yeah, so controlling the flow of time, teleporting, screen shake rating, uh, uh, so unless people have like a uh, unless unless some new follower knows, uh, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, Menno Barton. Thank you very much for following and welcome to the channel. I'm gonna call it like Doab, which is short for doable, which is my joke on the fact that we're making a game about making an MMORPG in a week, and we're using teleportation and time control. So that's totally doable. How's that sound? Is that good with people? We can always change it if we need to, but I'm thinking we'll start there. Uh, doop-a-doop. So, all right. So, I actually can't see voice data during an event, which maybe I should change that. But at the end of this event, I can we can. So I can also just look at the list. So like, so okay. So I saw isometric and sandbox. I saw third person. Isometric and third person work together, so we can make this an isometric third person game. So someone else said Watch Dogs, which is also third person. So it's sounding very third person at this point. And so I can't see the voice data right now, but it's looking like third person is probably the winner. Okay. Oh, I've never worked in the new Unity before, so let's hope that just all goes swimmingly. I guess the first thing to do would be to make a character. We have the camera, and so to have like third person, we'll need we'll send to have the camera parented to a character. So let's just create an empty. This is what should we name our oh, so just in general, if I ask a question, if I ask like a pointed question like what should we, what should this, like what should we do, like how about this, blah blah blah. The most helpful way to respond to those questions is to use the voice system. So if you if I ask a question to the audience, or if I ask a question and you have a response, like using the tag, like tagging it for the voice system is the most effective way. So what should we name our strong female lead, assuming we have a strong female lead? I mean, that was high on the list, right? So if we have a character, right, there's no, I'll just temp it in as like hero. It's a nice generic name. So yeah, so the first thing that I'm inclined to do is just parent the camera to the hero, because there we, or other way around. Parent the camera to the hero, and now oops, is our hero at the origin? Yeah, there we go. We have a third person game. We did it, you guys. We have a third person game. Wait, where is the hero? Yeah, they're at the origin. Okay, cool. So I might make them. I might give the hero like just a. Just so that we can see the hero, the hero's not invisible. I'll just like give them like a cube to be, for starters. So wait, why is that? Why is this camera symbol? Oh wait. I'm not actually moving the camera around, am I? Oh yeah. Okay. Right. So this is the view through the camera. So right. Okay. Let's we have it parented. Let's reposition it now so we can see the hero. Because third person you tend to see your protagonist in the view. Wow, I've not worked with this stuff in so long. This is great. This is great, you guys. Oh wow, why is the camera in such a weird position? Uh, so let's wait. Why does it have a? Is it supposed to have a y value? No, is it? Or no, yeah, y value is supposed to have. Z value is supposed to have. Where's our? Oh, our cube's not at the origin. That's what it is. All right, I was like, what? There we go. We have a protagonist. All right. um, we have a camera. We have a protagonist. We probably. I don't know. Do you guys have a strong feeling about this? About this this resolution? I mean, I guess we don't have to worry about that yet, because yeah, because if we have so we have, what do we know about the game? We have controlling the flow of time, and we have teleporting as the big things. So the thing that stands out to me is that we need an interface, right? We need to, like, this game isn't interactive until the player can interact with it. So I feel like, why waste time? Let's put controlling the flow of time and teleporting as like the primary modes of interface. So what do I use for modeling? I don't really use anything for modeling. If people want models in this game, they better pony up. No. No, if people want models in this game, like, I'm probably just gonna put geometry in. Like, I'm fine with cubes. I'm fine with games where the protagonists are cubes. But and that's partly because I'm not a 3D artist. That's not my gig. So if we have 3D artists here, then go for it. So the most important thing to know about the new Unity is that you can't just call a rigid body now. Oh, interesting. Oh, they did that? Yeah, that's how, like, 3D text works too, which seems interesting. Like, I don't understand that distinction, but I don't know, whatever, it was important to them. Okay. If I did do 3D modeling, I'd probably use Blender because it's free, and I've heard good things about it. Alright, so teleporting. Teleporting and controlling the flow of time. This is going to be a property of the hero, so I'm going to add a script to the hero to I sometimes go a little bit big with my scripts. I might not want to do that, but for now I'm going to, I'm just going to give it a script called control to use to, at least to teleport and control the flow of time. Actually, now that I think about it, controlling the flow of time is like a function, it's like something the character can do, but it's actually more a function on the world, right? Because like, the character might age, hypothetically. Like, controlling the flow of time might make the character older or younger. But I think really, like, my interpretation of that, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that the advantage of controlling the flow of time is so that you can affect other things, right? So you can affect the world around you. That's what I would do with it if I had it. Again, I'm not the authority on this per se, but let's do what? So we'll probably want a world, I guess, is what the conclusion I was coming to there. We'll probably want a world so that traveling through time actually means something. For starters, though, we might do teleporting first. Just because teleporting, you don't need a world necessarily. Like, I mean, if you teleport relative to nothing, then that's weird and it doesn't mean a lot. But you can still teleport at least to your relative position and perceive like some change. Like, if you're in a different place than, again, like, you need like some point of reference, but you don't need, I guess you don't need anything very conceptually sophisticated, right? Like, literally, like, if you're in like a nebulous like void and there's a single point, like a single identifiable point in space, you can teleport relative to that point. Time traveling relative to that point, like, what does that mean? Like, what did that point look like in the past? What did that point look like? What will that point look like in the future? I think we'll probably need more. Hey, Cora, how's it going? Yeah, we're making a game. We're making a. Oh, right. So the game is about making an MMORPG, right? So one of the important things to consider here is that the world of this game is probably going to be a setting wherein some characters, not necessarily us, but like some characters, maybe not even the player character, is making an MMORPG. So I mean, I think one of the ideas that came up earlier, which I thought was funny, is that we could do this abstractly and like the teleportation or like the no, excuse me, the like we could be like the game could be about like crushing like manifest representations of like bugs in the MMORPG could be the antagonists, I guess. That's kind of fun. I'm probably I think I'm gonna stay very general and generic, and I'm probably gonna start like using a lot of temp art and plugging in like systems that we've decided on, and then I'm basically gonna wait. Like basically my mode right now is just to like sit back. Oh, Caroline, we have a name for our character. Cool. Sorry. Yeah. The voice data thing is very new, so I I'm not acutely attuned to it, so sometimes it takes me a moment to notice changes in that. So our hero is Caroline. Uh, uh, cool. So Caroline, what can Caroline do? Caroline can teleport and can control the flow of time. um, uh, okay, so there are 7 days. Yeah, right. There's a week, right? So yeah, that makes sense. So the range. So when we time travel, we'll probably be choosing from that range, right? I mean, hypothetically, we could go outside of that range. Like if you think of like Chrono Trigger, you can go to the future, after the Lavos has destroyed the world. So you can actually there are ways that you can handle that material, but the real action, like the important, like the main story points, will be, or like the main gist of the game will be in, or like, yeah, that 7 day range is the critical part. Um, yeah. Uh, let's let's do what? Yeah. Okay. So I just opened the script because I was thinking well, let's start writing that stuff. Um, about that though, I'm probably going to be jumping back and forth between the script and Unity because um, in terms of like how do you teleport? There are a lot of ways that we could do this. Like my hunch or my first inclination was for teleporting. Like right now I have the camera kind of like over the shoulder hypothetically of this character, but like if we move the camera like further up and back and angled it down more. Oh yeah, so actually I probably didn't have to actually move it back. But if we just moved it like this, now you can you can basically like click on the field and that would be one way to teleport, right? You could just you could teleport just by like clicking. Maybe just clicking doesn't do it. Maybe if you like click and hold or something. I don't know. We can have it so that we can have that as like the mechanism to teleport. We don't have to do literal teleporting though. I mean well no, we did vote teleporting high in addition to controlling the flow of time. So I was thinking controlling the flow of time, if you can control the flow of time by teleporting. Um, but maybe we should have those separately. Maybe it's not just about teleporting through time. I mean that would be the simpler thing, right? The simplest thing. And so maybe we should start there, right? Because one of the big rules of game jams is don't go crazy up front. But start with tasks that you can accomplish, right? So for example, if you can't teleport and you can't control the flow of time, maybe don't decide on an MMORPG, which is why we didn't, for example. Oh, what was Killer's idea? Someone said I like Killer's idea. So you can choose to walk or just teleport everywhere. Um, yeah, we didn't vote walking into the feature list, so maybe walking will be a thing at some point. But I think we're going to start with teleporting, because that if we wanted a walking simulator, we could have voted for that, and we didn't. Um, all right, so uh, let's uh, let's um, let's oh, sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. There's a fair amount while I was monologuing. um, so Oh, I should read this out loud at least. So they aim at you, they slow down time, you shoot them all down. Well, we didn't really vote shooting in, so I'm gonna work with like what we have first before we start like, because like one thing that's really easy to do is like start tacking things on, but like until we solve like the core of like what we've bitten off so far, I don't necessarily want to start tacking things on. So like shooting, sure, that's interesting, but like we don't have to worry about that because if we ship without shooting, then we haven't failed in any regard. If we ship without teleporting at this point, we've kind of failed. So yeah, teleporting and time control will definitely come first. So like yeah, so I guess like the big question right now is like how do we do those things? Like there, yeah, I mean like if like we want it to be shooting, I mean like if we wanted it to be shooting, we should have added shooting on the list, and we should have. Oh, didn't we had shooter on the list, and it only got like two. It only got like several votes. It didn't get very many votes. So it's probably not very important. But like yeah, so like yeah, I mean it's not, it doesn't hurt to think about things in advance because we can kind of like start to forecast like what will be coming down the line and what we'll want to allow opportunity for. But again, it's not critical at this time. So I guess no one like started swearing at me when I said the thing about like teleporting. So I might go with that for starters. And then if people have another different sort of whatever, then we can go in that direction later. All right, so yeah, I kind of want to put in a floor just so that, like I was saying before, there's a like you can teleport without a point of reference, but without a point of reference, also you you can't really tell you're teleporting, right? If it's just this like ambiguous like taupe background, then like who is to say whether you are indeed teleporting or if you have not moved at all? So game object create empty. I'm just gonna make oh whoops no not empty sorry. Game object whoops wow what am I doing? Game object create 3D object plane. And this will just be the ground plane. So let's put it at the origin. Just for starters. Oh yeah, Caroline should probably stand a little taller. So Caroline will stand 0.5 into the air, right? Because that'll be. Wait, what? Why did it get zeroed out? I tried to increase this and it got zeroed out for some reason. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, no, we want Caroline to stand at 0.5. Wow, is this lighting thing like default now? Like in the game, it's like if you look at that, there's like shadows in the game already. But I guess that's like just automatic now in Unity. All right. um. Well, I wouldn't say adding time travel is going to be easy, but yeah, I mean it is something that we're going to do, apparently. So telefragging. That's brutal. But yeah, sure. Telefragging's fine. All right. Oh wait, Asado, you said you're going to script a third-person controller? Because that was what I said I was gonna do. But I don't know. I guess we can do both. And then I don't know. I just like yeah, like feel free to surprise me with the things that you work on, but like to the extent that we don't have to duplicate each other, that would also be good. So I all right. Do you have an ETA on that, Asado? Because like the reason I was going to do it first is because we kind of need it now, so I was just going to do it now. But yeah, I don't know. I guess yeah, we'll see how yours turns out if you finish it, and then I'll. Teleporting's easy, obviously. It's the interface it's the interface is the important part. You have to yeah. All right. Well, I won't worry about it. And we'll see how we'll I guess yeah, it'll be easier to see once we have anything, right? Right now we have basically nothing. So I'm gonna make something. and you do you, and let me know how that goes. Um, Also, oh yeah, one thing to keep in mind, if you so links are disabled in chat. So if you for people who are like making assets for the game, tweeting them at me is actually easier because that is, for one thing, it doesn't scroll as fast, so it's easier for me to see, and also you can use links. So you can post actual like links to the stuff that you make. Um, all right, so. Oh, did this open mono develop? Why did this open mono develop? Oh, because I. Whatever. I'm gonna use Visual Studio instead. Uh, do do do. Do 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 do. So, I guess someone did say isometric earlier, which I don't have any problem with per se, but I've made way more isometric games than I have non-isometric games. I'm tempted to make this one non-isometric, but I guess I don't have to decide immediately. I can figure that out as we go. Oops, what am I doing? Not that. Visual Studio. Let's get this on screen. File, open, project solution. Um, so projects, Duub, Dueb. Excuse me. So yeah, what do we have so far? Control. How does gosh, yeah, it's been a little while since I used this. So I'm gonna say, so I guess yeah, like we were talking about earlier, you can click places, and we might change the command so it's not literally just clicking, because like if we have more in this game to do than just clicking on the map, then just having like clicking as teleport, like it'd be really easy to accidentally teleport if you didn't mean to. But if teleporting is going to be core, then maybe we do want accident, or we don't. Maybe we do want teleportation to be that easy. I'm going to start with clicking because we can always make it more complex later. We can change like the parameters to incur a click. So I guess yeah, just for UI, I'm going to I'm gonna keep track of oh gosh, this has been so long. It's gonna take me like a long time to remember. Like I'm gonna make a lot of typos. Spoiler alert, because I just haven't been working in this in a while. So so like actually yeah. So vector. How do we want to do this? I want to get a position on the ground plane. I mean, I guess yeah. Um, so right, I. This is true. Broad conceptual statements are fine. Yeah, right. Like I don't. Okay. Um, if when someone makes a broad conceptual statement, I don't say like, oh right. A lot of times it's because I do know how I do know the concept. It's the syntax that I'm like that I'm whatever. Okay. So vector 3. I guess I'll just keep track of the yeah, the destination can be vector 3. So so vector 3. We'll call this like click target equals new vector 3 vector 3, excuse me sir. Oh, and I have to end my lines with semicolons now, right? Because I'm not working in Python anymore. uh, so on update, if input dot get mouse button down, get mouse button down 1 or 0. I forget how this works. So I forget. Like I think you pass in like a number based on which mouse button. I can just look it up. All right. So in the case that we're clicking, in the case that we're clicking our mouse. Oh wait, I think is. Shoot, I really haven't done this in a while. Does the convention have the brackets on the next line, or the curly braces on the next line? All right. So if input. Oh, what does it not like about input? Am I not? Oh yeah. You have to put parentheses around these things. Oh man, I've been working in Python for a while. I literally. Well, okay. So if input mouse button down, what are we gonna do with click target? I think so. Yeah. So we can say input dot what is it? It's like get mouse position or something, or like uh, uh, get position was get position. Is it that might be what we're looking for? Unity script C sharp get position. Oh yeah, I should probably right. I'm talking specifically about input dot get position. Mouse position. That I think that might have been what I was thinking of. Go away. Oh, C sharp, and then go away. Oh yeah, I guess mouse position is what I meant to use instead. Current mouse positions in pixel coordinates. Oh, so it's talking about the screen. Oh, interesting. Okay, sure. All right, so input mouse position. This is so yeah. So we'll say click target click target equals input.get mouse position. No, so we're gonna use the mouse position for what? So like screen to. So like yeah, right. Oh, I guess we have to have a concept of our camera, right? So let's say or wait, can we just reference our camera generally? Can we just say like camera, like to reference like the current camera? I wonder. Cam. I can spell. Camera dot main or something like that. Main, yeah. Dot what is it? It's like basically we want to take a screen position and get the world. There's like a it's like this is like the raycasting that who is it that Killer mentioned earlier. Screen to world position. World point. Wait, screen to world point. Is that what I wanted? Hold on, let me double check. I use the docs a lot because docs are great. So camera dot screen to world. Let's see what that comes up with. Screen to world point. Is that new or am I just like rusty? Oh yeah, so Fuzzlefluff. Just to yeah. So the fun thing about this project is we're not making it an MMO RPG. So we can have an ability bar in the game, but it's probably not going to be the player's ability bar because we're not playing when we're playing the game, we're not playing an MMO. When we're playing the game, we're playing a third person sandbox. I think was what we voted for. Sorry, yeah. When I get into a thing, I sometimes don't know to chat. I will try and catch up with chat, but I don't always do it super fast. So I apologize for the lag time in answering questions. So we need that code right there, the example code for the mouse as a raycast. All right, cool. Well, I don't steal code, so and I also know exactly what I'm doing. So, all right. So, is it screen to world point? What does this do? Transforms position from screen space into world space. Yeah, but how? Right? Like the screen is just like a flat thing floating above the world. Like what we actually need is a ray, right? Because we don't care about like where we clicked in space. We care about where we clicked on the screen and like what that means in terms of so like if we look at the camera, like the camera is like this pyramid, right? It peers down onto the scene. And so like these lines that we see here represent the corners of this pyramid that we're peering through. And so like if we click on the screen, like that doesn't represent a point in space. That actually represents a line through space. It like pierces like from the point of the camera like all the way down. Like think of it as like if the mouse was like the reticle in like a shooter game. Like when we click on the screen, if that fired a bullet at that point, or like I'll use something less macabre. If it fired like if we used a laser pointer, right? It wouldn't just like stop arbitrarily in space. It would continue on until it actually hit something. So I don't know. It just seems weird that it would try and give me a point. What I was really expecting it to give me is a ray, and I would like the ray, please. I guess. Oh, camera near clip plane. Okay, so you pass in. No, this isn't making sense to me. I don't know what point it's gonna give us. I don't really trust us to give us a point. So I'm gonna see what the other options are. So screen screen point array. There it is. All right, I knew it existed. So let's go with screen point array. Because that at least makes sense, right? um, so, yeah, like I said, I haven't used these in a little while, so, all right. So camera. Oh, oops! I didn't mean to delete input dot mouse position. I do want to reference that at some point because input dot mouse position is going to be one of the. All right. So camera main screen screen. What was it? I have a really short memory. Screen point array. Okay. Screen point to array. Yeah, no, I didn't need autocomplete. Gee, thanks. Right. Oh, and then right. So this so screen point array gives us two vectors. It gives us the starting vector and it gives us the trajectory vector. Um, right. If I recall correctly. Oh, here. So the return values are the array. Oh yeah, you're right. So I mean, it's like wait. So it returns array, and then the values on array are the direction and the origin. So, oh yeah, this math is not that hard. It's basically just like we take the y value of the we take the y value because like if we're I think for starters we're just going to hit the ground plane, right? So I'm just going to take the y value of the origin and use that to find out how far from the ground we are and then figure out where the ground is. So I guess do I need to am I going to need to do this? I think typically I make like a separate function for this, like just recalling like how I've done this in the past. So like so I guess actually it'll be like yeah, because I do this a lot. So let's say so like what is it? So we're returning a vector. So vector 3 mouse pause to ground plane. It takes a I could just have it take array. Or no, I could just have it take a vector 3. Or no, a vector 2. Wait, what is input.mouse position? I think input.mouse position is a vector 3, if I recall correctly. So I'll have it take a vector 3. So vector 3 input input and then that's weird. But whatever, I don't care. Okay, this is fine. So you could get point and then shoot array from the player's head for indicator? Oh, because you think the player you think the player won't be clicking on the ground. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think when I tend to do this in projects, I tend to use like kind of like the mid center, like the center of mass, I think, for the player. Yeah, so all right, uh so actually, yeah, I won't call this mouse pause to ground plane. I'll call this mouse pause to ground pause because yeah, I don't know if that's what you meant, but like when you click like if like for example, like let's say there's our character and there's our world. If I click like various places here, like in order to teleport to the correct location relative to like what the player expects, what we're actually clicking on is probably like a height, like a distance like slightly above the ground, because our character isn't like a flat thing that like exists. Like if our character was a puddle, it might make more sense to click directly on the ground. But our character has like a height to them. Caroline is not a puddle. Caroline is a strong. Well, that's actually all we know about Caroline is that she's strong. Um, uh, sorry, I was just checking something real quick. What is that? What did I accidentally make? No, what is this? Oh, this is just my browser window. Sorry. Just slightly disorganized. But yeah. Let's so So what are you guys working on? Just out of curiosity. Just like it would help. Just out of yeah. So like, I mean, like if you guys want to make art or make whatever and surprise me with it, that's fine. I will roll with the punches, or I'll make it work. But if you guys also felt like giving me a heads up on the stuff that you planned on making for the project, that would also be helpful too, because I don't know, it'll save time. We won't have to scramble and we won't have to change as much down the line. All right. um, right. Okay. So we're gonna take the input, which will just be it'll just actually be the input mouse position. So like really, how this is gonna read ultimately is is click target mouse